Hey guys, welcome to Forge Mods of the Month. In this video, we're going to cover some Forge mods that were released in August 2022. I'll do this series often for the latest versions of Minecraft, as well as for Fabric and some previous versions that are still popular choices right now. You can find the links to all the mods I'm about to showcase in the description below. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is the first game to bring a true console-like experience straight to your phone. Even with it being multiple years since the game was released, they're still adding new content and modes all the time, to the point that they now have hundreds of different champions and artifacts. One amazing addition is the Doom Tower, a mode that introduces an entire world filled with terrifying bosses to slay. The Doom Tower consists of over 120 levels and comes with tons of exciting new challenges. As a collection-based RPG, Raid already started with tons of characters, but that never stopped them from adding even more, who are all of different species and factions. Talking of factions, Raid added a whole new one last year called the Shadowkin, who are a tribe of warriors from the Far East, and they look incredibly cool. Let's not forget about the Hydra either, one of the biggest and baddest bosses to ever enter Raid. You really have to prepare yourself to defeat this boss, as each head has a different ability and way of being destroyed, and even if you break one, another will come to replace it. Just this month, Raid released a new feature called Awakening, where your champions can choose a powerful blessing to perform better in battle, as well as a brutal new dungeon called the Iron Twins Fortress. Death Knight, everyone's favorite champion, also received a super-powered legendary version, and he's available to obtain in-game for free. All you have to do is log in for 7 days between now and October 27th, and he's all yours. Don't forget to use the promo code DKRISES for a bunch of free items and an instant upgrade of your newest and strongest champion. If you haven't started playing Raid yet, click my link in the description below and get $30 worth of unique bonuses right away. You can find your rewards waiting here in your inbox. Ads are off for the rest of the video. The first mod we're going to take a look at is Moog's Voyager Structures. Currently, it includes just over 40 structures, and these are all made from vanilla blocks and items, so no additional content is included with the mod. The types of structures you can find are very diverse and come in all different sizes. Some might be as small as boulders and others might be as large as castle ruins. A few of them contain villagers too, and if a structure has an interior, they're usually well decorated. Most of these chests contain useful loot too, which usually match their surroundings. When locating some of these structures, most of the time they'd be thousands of blocks away, so that makes me think they don't spawn too often. This mod is going to be most useful when playing with friends, or if you have multiple bases. To start, you can find pigeons spawning in forests. There are 2 items that need to be crafted. The first is the pigeon coop, which requires 3 planks, 3 logs, and a hay bale. The other is the mail receptor, which needs 6 planks, 1 slab, and 1 iron ingot. Place down the pigeon coop in a location of your choosing. Pigeons will follow you when they're holding seeds, and by feeding them near the coop, they will become bound to it. Next, place down the mail receptor in another location and give it a name. From the pigeon coop, you can send items to the mail receptor as long as it's stocked up with seeds, and the pigeon will slowly fly items to it. It's just a fun and interesting way to move items around. Originally a data pack, Keeb's Battle Towers add some new towers into your world, which are around 10 floors high. These can be found in different biomes made up of blocks that blend in like cobblestone, ice, packed mud, and stone bricks. Like with other Battle Tower style mods, you'll need to work your way up each floor, clearing mobs, searching chests, and destroying spawners. It's quite dangerous inside. There's lots of holes in the ground which you'll need to watch out for. At the top is the boss, which seems to currently include the Lich, which has 300 health and can be defeated for more loot. Included with Piglin Proliferation is a new type of pillager, which is the Alchemist, and they should be easily identifiable. They can be traded with like regular piglins, but have a chance of giving different items like healing tipped arrows, magma cream, or potions of healing and strength. But one of their most interesting features is that they can throw potions at other piglins, which help them during fights, whether it be healing them or giving them fire resistance if they're on fire. Paladin's Furniture introduces over 1,000 new furniture items, which can be created through the woodworking table. There's lots of chairs, dining tables, nightstands, beds, stools, and lights. A lot of items are functional too, so you can sit down on chairs, place items on tables, and sleep in beds. There's tons of furniture included, which should help you decorate your bases and make them feel more homely. After installing this mod, snow should fall a little more realistically. Instead of it forming just a single layer, snow can have a stack height of 3 layers instead. In the mod's config files, you can change this value so that it can even form 8 layers instead. Another structure mod is Red's More Structures. It includes locations like the Beach House, Tower, Buddha, Sphinx, Great Pyramid, Flower Oracle, and a few others. Some of these are huge, and most will contain either chests or barrels which contain loot, and some might contain hostile mobs. This was also released as a data pack a few weeks ago. Simple Spikes adds 5 new spike blocks made from copper, iron, gold, diamond, and netherite. They're relatively simple to craft, and each tier determines the amount of damage they do to entities standing on them. Although the gold, diamond, and netherite ones will leave entities on half a heart instead, so you might find this mod useful for building mob farms or trapping other players in your world. Coppercraft will give some more uses to copper items. Firstly, there's 3 new sets of armor made from copper, iron copper, and gold copper. You can also create copper apples, which give some useful buffs like speed, strength, and haste. Or you can create a paxel, which acts as a multi-tool, allowing you to break dirt, chop trees, and mine through stone. Another weapon that can be crafted is the matchlock gun. When rough ammo chips are in your offhand slot, you can fire the gun, and it deals quite a lot of damage. From now on, you need to create torches from sticks and coal dust instead of regular coal. The torch that you receive will be unlit at first and won't give off any light. There's a few ways of lighting them, with the easiest probably being with a flint and steel. But you can also craft a matchbox or fire starter. And if it rains, you can expect torches to go out, so it's kind of like an added survival mechanic. The mod brings similar changes to lanterns, which need to be provided with fat. This next mod is for decoration and adds some new variants of different bricks like red nether, end stone, mud, prismarine, and purpur, specifically when they're chiseled. Some texture changes are also made to chiseled stone, deep slate, and quartz. As you probably noticed, they all feature the head of a mob in their design. To start using this mod, craft 2 synchronous switches from ender pearls, sticks, and stones. Place 2 of them down like you would with a regular lever. Take a piece of paper into an anvil and rename it, then apply it to both levers, which will link them. Now, when you pull one lever, the other lever will also be activated, as they're both linked. So you can now have wireless redstone setups. Deeper and Darker brings some changes to the Deep Dark. Firstly, there's a portal which takes you to a new dimension called the Other Side, and it can be found in ancient cities. To ignite it, use a Heart of the Deep, which can be obtained from killing wardens. This dimension is located below bedrock and is made up of skulk, echo trees, and rivers. There's 2 biomes currently, which are the Other Side Deeplands and the Echoing Forest. You can find skulk versions of overworld ores here too, which give twice the resources and experience compared to the overworld. And that's not all. There's creatures like Skulk Leech, the Shattered and Shriek Worms, and a whole set of warden armor and tools. With vanilla claws comes 16 sets of claws, some of which aren't obtainable unless you have the Gobber or Resource Limes mod installed. They make good weapons, with each tier changing the damage they deal, although they have a short range, and they're also great for breaking leaves or making farmland. This mod adds 14 yo-yos into Minecraft. 6 of them can be crafted manually using standard materials like iron, gold, diamond, and netherite, whereas the other ones are themed around mobs and can be found in different treasure locations. They're weapons, and each one has a different string length, speed, and attack interval, and in general they make pretty interesting ranged weapons. That covers some of the best Forge mods released in August of 2022. I hope you liked this video and found some mods to play with. If you did enjoy the video, then consider subscribing and check out my channel, as I've covered many more videos like this.